Hello, I am D-Man, back with another Total Drama tier list. This time, it's going to be the seasons. So we got Total Drama Island, we got Total Drama Action, World Tour, Adventure of the Island, All-Stars, Pahkitew, Ridonculous Race, and Dramarama. I've seen all of the seasons here, except Dramarama. I've definitely watched a little bit of it. I've definitely like at least 10 episodes, so I have I have a bit of an idea of what it's like, but I haven't watched it all. I'm gonna try not to spend too long, because I could spend, a minute on this video, or I could spend 2 hours if I wanted to. Don't like either of those options. Maybe I'll make videos one day about the seasons more in depth, but for now, just do a quick what I think, And first up, we're going to go for Island, and now, out of all these seasons, it's going to go here. What can I say? It's a solid, it's a great first cast. Some of the characters don't have a lot to do, but it's not awful or anything. The interactions in this one are really good. I think the friendships and the interactions here are the best in the series. Can't beat it. Heather, entertaining villain. Not my favorite villain. I have some problems. I do think the blood armor's a little bad. Also, some of the eliminations are just weird. There's just some mistakes that are just kind of I know there's a bit in Phobia Factor where it's like, if Courtney does this, her team will get several points, and then Cody shows a thing where it's like, they've got 7, and the Killer Bass only got 3, so even if they get 3 points, they still lose. Unless they meant triple as in 3 or 9, but that's just unfair, that's just cruel. There's a lot of little mistakes like that where it's just makes it a little bit worse, but the overall package, it's a very solid package. It is entertaining, and it's also got those most adult moments in it, especially if you watch the original Canadian version. That's pretty good. Really, it's just the friendships are just so good in this one, and even all the romance stuff's pretty good too. Duncan's great here. Gwent's pretty good in this. Izzy and Owen, or Ozzy, that's pretty good. Lila, that's a good one. And then LaShawn and Harold, these are all really good, and then this one just has a lot of iconic moments as well. Lindsay getting mad at Heather, that's great. Harold gets to see Heather's boobies? Ooh! Okay, but seriously, those are iconic, and they do make the season better. Next we got Total Drama Action. Now, I've seen a lot of different things. Some people quite dislike this one. It's quite far down the list. For me, though, it's actually overall my 3rd favorite. So that's pretty high. And so for me, I have to put it in A. Total Drama Action, of course. A for action. But anyways, it does a nice job at expanding characters that didn't do a lot in the first season. It kind of does. It does some unique stuff, it gets rid of Gwen early, it gets rid of Sprint early, it gives a few characters a lot more screen time. Justin in this, I really like Justin here. Aftermath shows neat and stuff, but some of the development of these characters is really good. So obviously Lindsay, Harold, excellent development. Even Bess is pretty good. and all the characters are still very solid. There's a lot of good plot lines, but the thing about action is that it's kind of all over the place. You know, you watch it, you got those first 5 episodes, which I do find them entertaining. I do think it's entertaining, and I don't have as big of a problem with it as some people do, but going all crazy is still a problem. It's a bit. I would have been okay if they did it maybe just took a bit more time on it. I feel like it would have been a bit better if they spent a little bit more time on it. Maybe an extra episode or 2 just to slowly build it up. It felt just a little bit sudden. You know, the aftermath shows are neat. They are a little bit slow, and the cast is too small. 14 characters is way. I mean, technically it's 15 or 14. Spoilers. But it's still a pretty small cast, and like Pahkitew has 14 characters, and that's half the episodes. And this thing has to there's a lot of reward challenges, which I do enjoy those episodes. Some of them are really good, but it's just takes a while for the eliminations to happen, and they return Easy and Owen just to eliminate them again, just to have some more eliminations. And there are some characters that are underutilized. I know, like Eva. I wouldn't mind. I don't have a strong opinion on Eva, but it's been interesting at least. Yeah, really, it's just. Also, I gotta be honest. Action's really funny. This has got to be one of the funniest. It's like both teams have such good comedy with each other, such good interaction. There is some good stuff in here. That beginning part's a bit weird, and those last 5 episodes, ooh, that's mediocre. I'm not saying it got kind of bad when Lindsay was eliminated, but that's what I'm saying. The moment Lindsay leaves, which I don't like it a lot. But after that, it just kind of feels like nothing happened. I just kind of feel like 5 episodes is nothing, and I do not like the finale of Action. I like that it's 2 episodes, because that theoretically means more build-up, more action, but it just bogged it down. It just, like, episode 25, it was like, okay, this is cool, and then they have a tie. It's like, okay, that's cool. You know, Chef and Chris have that whole thing, and then the finale, it's just like, tiebreaker, oh, another tiebreaker. It's like, and then by the time, like, the actual final challenge is just the votes. It's like, this the big conclusion. Island has a race, World Tour has a race up a volcano. Eventually, Island has this battle arena, like Roman gladiator arena. Even like All Stars got to climb up the boat or whatever. I don't know what the heck the thing's called. And then Action's just they vote. Not a great, pretty boring ending. And the finalists, they're okay. World Tour, now this is my favorite season, so it's a bit better actually. Best, second best, third best. I love that first cast, that's for sure, and World Tour is the best in my opinion. Alejandro, greatest villain, so good. Sarah, she's alright here. I do have some pretty big issues with her and Cody though. I don't like it. And I don't even really like the friendship stuff that happened kind of at the end. I'm like, it's just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it was better if that's kind of, let's do it about it more. I really did not like how Cody was treated. Even though Cody did some weird stuff as well, but it was good. The songs are a nice addition, that's for sure. I do like the songs. Character interactions, they're alright. They're pretty good. They're not as good as Island Action, but they're good. Really, it's that Alejandro Heather plot. It carries the whole thing. It's so god dang good. It's so good. It's so good. The animal curse with DJ is not as bad as people say. It's a little annoying, I guess, but it's not awful. You know, Team Victory, that's not awful either. Like, could be better, but whatever. Some of the eliminations are a little bit hodgepodge. You know, Noah just kind of gets kicked out. I guess Feral Ezekiel is not great, but in the season it was a cool idea, like having this like creature slowly become more and more like feral. That's an interesting concept, but I think the reason people don't like Feral Ezekiel is that they just drag it out into the later seasons. It's like, okay, come on, let's just give this guy a break ready for Ezekiel. The challenges are really good. I do like the challenges here a lot. I think they're really creative, and yeah, the whole going around the world stuff's really cool as well. And the love triangle. Now, a lot of people don't like the love triangle, and I will agree. It's a little bit they rushed into it a bit too quickly, that's for sure. But once it gets started, ooh, it's entertaining. I think it's really entertaining. It is. The moment that love triangle happens, even episode 13, like up to like episode 20, so good. It's so good. I'm telling you, that love triangle is really entertaining. Everyone's like trying to strategize and stuff. It's like chaos, but it's great. It's drama. Wow, that's the name of the show. Total drama. It's crazy. It's really good, and I also love how Alejandro tries to work around with it. It's really good, and even the Blaney stuff, like that second comeback challenge. I thought Blaney was really good. I don't know what to say. And the finale is the best in the series, that's for sure. So World Tour at the top. It has some problems, but nothing's going to be perfect. Revenge of the Island. Now this is a good one. In my opinion, it's the best out of the 13 episode seasons. It's not as good as Action, but I do think this second cast is as solid as the first. It's a really good cast. The problem is they just don't have enough episodes for the characters. And to be fair, I mean, really couldn't extend 26 episodes because 13 characters would not be enough for that. But for the 13 episodes that were there, they're good episodes. I guess I should mention Chris. It's starting a little bit crazy, man. I still think Chris is fine here. I think all the characters here are really solid characters. I guess except Stacy. Kind of whatever. Not really a fan. But she's gone really quickly, so who cares? There are some characters here that everyone likes, and they just, hey Brick, everyone likes you. You only get 7 episodes, and it's called Dawn is massively popular. 5 episodes. Okay, technically 6 if you count the finale, but that's not a lot of episodes for a character that popular. And the Mike and Zoe stuff in this was good. I thought it was good here. Cameron, I think it's actually a really good finalist. Not even because like I think he's an underdog, but because I like how he's trying to strategize as if he is the underdog. If that makes any sense, he's pretending to be the underdog. He's playing into it to try and get ahead. Because Cameron actually has some decent strategies in here, and Lightning's fun as well. I think Lightning's a very unexpected but a good choice. And the radioactive stuff's, well, not radioactive, the mutant toxic waste stuff, that's all cool too. It's a little bit wacky, but meh. It's a cartoon. What are you gonna expect? Oh yeah, and also Sam Dakota. That was really good. Except for the Dakotas, I didn't like that a whole lot. That was kind of weird. All Stars, F tier. Nah, just kidding. It's not. It's probably C to me. It's not F tier. It's a watchable season, but it is definitely my least favorite by a little bit. But not by a little bit, by a fair bit actually. All of the characters just. I feel like I could rework these characters into Pahkitew characters. You know how the Pahkitew Island characters are all really one note? Well, not all, but some of them are quite one note. I think that's what All Stars does with these characters, the ones with development. It's like Lindsay. Say she was dumb in the last season, but she had some smart moments and she had some interesting development or whatever. And it all starts, it's like, I can't push the trophy, you can't push the trophy now. It's like, oh man. It's like that for every character, for the most part. Like, hey Duncan, you were a bad boy with the soft side, now you're snuggly muffin man. No. And there's not like that the characters are awful or anything. But it doesn't feel like the characters, it feels like a bunch of aliens took the original characters, took them off to a far away planet, and then put some clones down and just tried to emulate the original as best they could, and it doesn't work very well. Gwen. Now, I've had some arguments that Gwen develops in All Stars. It's actually development and not derailment. Because, you know, Island, she's a goth girl and she's quite. She can be a bit mean sometimes, and she can be very blunt, quite very introverted and stuff like that. And as you go through, you know, action and the War Tour, she gets nicer and opens up more, and then All Stars continues it. She gets even nicer and opens up even more. But unfortunately, it's a step too far. It's kind of like Chris at this point, where it's like, he's getting a little bit crazy now, isn't he? He's a bit much. Nah, Chris is actually, he's whatever he is. Pahkitew, that's where Chris is. That's where it's too far. But Pahkitew's next. Ulster, it's just, yeah, I don't know how to put it, but yeah, Gwen just does not feel like Gwen at all. It's not even remotely the same person. I'm sorry, but I don't care about the love triangle this season. It's boo. People don't like the Gwent breakup in action. It took 5 episodes. They tried. It was alright. It wasn't great. Gwent definitely got a little crazy too quickly, but other than that, it was alright. Gwent's breakup in here, it's like, I'm mad at you, break up, and you're just like, and then Duncan says it perfectly after it happens, like, what just happened? Exactly, you're right, Duncan, what just happened? What the heck? It's just, there was no build-up or anything. It just ended. I could talk about the season all day. Now, not a bad concept, bad execution. Zoe and Mike in the finale, don't like either of them. I mean, I'm rooting for Alejandro, or Scott, or Courtney, Gwen. Come on. Scott was alright here, not as good as Revenge of the Island Cell, but he was alright, even if it was completely different. And I guess Joe, Lightning, and Sam were alright. And I guess I'll admit that the first few episodes are pretty good. Like, just because I've complained this whole time doesn't mean it's unwatchable. I watched it. It's a good season. In like, it's not good, but it's like, to me, it's just like a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's just like, you can watch it. It's got its moments. It's not stupid, makes you want to die, but it's kind of like, oh, this is not great. This is kind of really mediocre. It's just really meh. But those first few episodes are pretty good. It's that I don't like episode 9, or episode 10, or 11, or 12. So now it's okay. Now that I've complained, Pahkitew Island. I'll put it in C. It's better than All Stars. It's not bad. It's not bad. I do like this cast. I like it more than I think most people do. If you told me the characters I didn't like, don't like Rodney. Theodore doesn't do much. I don't really like Sugar. And that's about it. I like the rest of them. They're not great or anything, but they work. Like Max, I think he's funny, and Scarlet. I like the Scarlet Max stuff. The Dave and Sky stuff. Oh my god. I can talk about that all day. That is a can of worms you don't want to open. I don't want to open them either, but Sky and Dave, that was... I quite liked it for those first 8 episodes. Okay, I didn't love it or anything, but yeah, I liked it. There were some good moments with those two. And then episode 9, I thought Dave was hilarious. Some people were like, man, Dave, he's kind of getting wacky now. I'm like, oh look, he's getting entertaining now. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Okay, okay, he's losing his mind a bit. That shouldn't be funny, but okay. I don't like the finale. Too much. Doesn't feel like Dave anymore. It kind of does. But it really feels like he's lost the plot. But I can't even say it's like it's his fault. Like, it kind of is. That's also like such a mess. It's like it kind of skies a little bit. It's kind of Dave's. Really, it's Chris's fault. I mean, Chris squished, completely ruined it. First, set them with metal that will. First in the season, he's entertaining, but purely just how. I want to say some bad word, but dude is so evil, so twisted, so sadistic. He not only uses like physical torture, but he's like psychologically messing with their mind. He's making them go insane. He is just flat out cruel. And the worst part is he doesn't get any karma. Like, at least with Revenge of the Island, Bruce was bad. But he got some good karma. Pahkitew, nothing. Yeah, Dave though, he was the worst. It's just chuck him in that Scuba Bear 3.0. Leave him to die. That's cruel. But, I mean, Sammy and Amy, I thought that was good. Jasmine and Sean, now that's a couple. With not a lot of controversy. That was pretty good. Topher, Ella, they were nice characters. Yeah, you didn't get to see them a whole lot. I thought they were nice. I didn't even mind Sugar and Ella's rivalry that much. I thought it was something. Same way I didn't mind Amy and Sammy's conflict. I thought that was quite good. And I thought Sammy was actually really good too. Other than that, is there anyone missing? I mean, I guess like Sugar. I mean, she was okay. Leonard. I guess it could be Leonard and Vito. They're just kind of there. Same Rodney. He's just. I forget about him half the time. It's like, Rodney, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite character. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I should mention the artificial island stuff real quick. Cool concept. It's really crazy. Around like the toxic waste stuff, but at least with Revenge of the Island, it was like right away. Like, yes, this island is messed up. The Pahkitew takes 10 episodes just to get to the thing. Why not just reveal it right away? Having an artificial island is completely ridiculous. It is just so ridiculous. But just you already got these ridiculous characters. Why not have a ridiculous island go with it? I guess I should say a Ridonculous Island, because next up is a Ridonculous Race, which is a B. I don't like it as much as some people. Some people think it's the best season. I see it quite high a lot of the time. For me, it's fine. It's the weakest of the 26 episode seasons, and to me, like the characters are good, but there's a lot of them, and it's kind of a little bit like Ireland, and like Pahkitew. It's like they didn't get quite enough time to flesh these characters, and there's a lot of characters. So this has some of those forgettable characters to me. There's just so many, and it's not like the characters are bad, but there's too many, which it's kind of hard because it's like there's too many characters, but then the eliminations feel too spread thin. Like, and I think to me that's more the problem of the format itself. I don't like the Amazing Race format nearly as much as the Survivor format, because I just don't. It's not necessarily the Ridonculous Race's fault, but I just don't have the same. The tension's not really there. There's this whole thing that I want to get the Icelanders want to get first every time, and it's just like, who cares if you get first? Who cares? You almost always start at the same spot, or you may get a little head start. Whoop-de-doo. The only time being first matters is in the finale or near the finale, because I guess that head start counts for something. But at the beginning, who cares? You just don't want to be. You just don't want to be last. Who cares about being first? And to be fair, the characters the characters that do make it far are quite good actually. Or, I don't know. Like, it's not bad by any means. Like, it's enjoyable, but I don't know. Maybe it's because of the duo thing, so they don't really interact with a lot of other people until later on. Like, the teams kind of stay with themselves for a bit, or maybe it is the format. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm surprised the Icelanders are as good as villains as they are, considering that they can't manipulate people into alliances and stuff, because it's not really much of a thing. I think I'm surprised they made them as good as they did. So, yeah, but yeah, once you get rid of like the first half of the teams, the last half's that's pretty damn solid. Like, that's a solid set of characters. Even like some of the characters in the first lot of teams that get eliminated aren't bad, but it's just, yeah, too many characters. Also, the eliminations are too thin. Like, there's too many. Like, this is not an elimination, and it's like, why did I watch this episode? But yeah. When it comes to Nemo was cool. Steffi and Ryan. Harry and Devin, that took so long, but it was fine. The finalists, MacArthur and Sandra are alright. Jeff and Brody are alright. Kind of prefer Kitty and Emma, to be honest, but oh well. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that my favorite characters from here are Owen and Noah, I don't know what that says about it. Like, so that's like, well, I guess Jeff said that. Never mind. Dramarama. I don't really know. I'll probably put it here. It was fine. Like, it's not total drama at all, but for what it is, it's an okay watch. It's alright. It's probably a better show than All Stars. I'd watch All Stars more because I like the whole theme of the show, what the show actually is. But Dramarama is fine for what it is. It just isn't total drama. That's the problem. When you have much to say, it's like, the characters are fine, whatever. Yeah, not much really I can really say about it. It's just kind of whatever. Well, and I guess that's it. So that's the tier list. So from the top, we got World Tour is my favorite, followed by Island, Action, Revenge of the Island, Ridonculous Race, Pahkitew Island, Dramarama, and All Stars at the bottom. But still, see, nothing's that dreaded D or F. Do you think the two new seasons will be down here? Nah, actually, if you want me to, I'll do this again when the 2 new seasons come out. you know, reuse ideas and stuff. Because I need video ideas, so I'm just gonna start reusing them. Okay. But I honestly reckon the 2 new seasons will be like here, B, high, probably like maybe here, like a little bit less than Ridonculous Race, maybe a little bit better. I just think it's gonna be around B tier. Like I hope I'm wrong and it's like A tier, but I think it's gonna be B tier. Both of them are. Both two of the new seasons are gonna be B. That's good. Well, I guess that's it. So if you enjoyed that video, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and do whatever other crap you get. Whatever. See ya.